Check it out, y'all. It's the Kid Stranger repping El Imperio Records, El Imperio TV, and this is where hip hop has no borders. We are on episode 61. I'm most definitely excited for this one. Aside from this cold weather, man, this weather is serious. You know what I mean? But we got DJ Slugo. Is gonna be joining us tonight. Definitely a shout out to everyone that's been catching these episodes, man. I've been working hard. I have a purpose with this show, and I also have an announcement real soon, and it's definitely gonna be. We're gonna bring it up a notch, with this next announcement. Let's see if we can. We'll talk about that later. You know what I mean? But now we got DJ Slugo in the house, and we're definitely gonna get in tune just in case if you're not familiar with DJ Slugo. Definitely a huge staple in the music scene, the house scene, ghetto house scene. From Chicago. So shout out to everyone from Chicago. Shout out to the whole Chicago. Shout out to Lucci Bang Bang. You know what I'm saying? My homie Lucci Bang Bang. I'm sure he's gonna be catching this. Not right now, later on. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me loud and clear, or we good to go? We good to rock? Let's see if we can bring on DJ Slugo. Give me a second. Let me know if y'all can hear me, if y'all can't hear me, just so we can figure these things out. Yo, shout out to the 48 guests in the back, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, appreciate you. Yo, shout out to the sponsors. I can hear you, no doubt. Alright, loud and clear, we on here. Shout out to the sponsors, man. Shout out to Los Munchies, Bomb Candy. Shout out to AO Soldier, you know what I'm saying, who we just had on recently. Shout out to the whole At All Costs Entertainment. Shout out to Ashley Inc. Definitely get yourself right. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself, get yourself some dope ink. Definitely check out the page. Shout out to Chris Jeebus Artwork, man. My homie. Definitely shout out to Chris Jeebus Artwork. You know what I mean? Shout out to Puebla, York. Biggest graffiti crew coming out of, New York. Originally from Puebla. You know what I'm saying? Puebla, Mexico. So, let me see who else we got. Yo, shout out to A to Z Studios. My homie Angel Rodriguez, shout out to him. Shout out to La Costeña. We got some big things in the works coming. Shout out to Dubby Energy. You know what I'm saying? Definitely check them out. Definitely worth the purchase. Get yourself right. Shout out to Hot Wheels. For those that have kids or just fans of the whole Hot Wheels, you know what I mean? Some big things happening over at the Monster Jam with the Glow in the Dark. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check it out. That's definitely dope. My son and I definitely had the opportunity to do that a couple times already. Definitely worth the money. You know what I mean? Shout out to Humex. We're gonna that's another dope opportunity right there. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the sponsors, man. We definitely we're gonna level up, man, and I'm definitely proud of the things that are coming my way. And it's definitely blessings upon blessings, and gotta stay consistent at this. Whatever it is that you want to do, that you like to do. If you like to do it, it'll show. You know what I'm saying? And definitely shout out to everyone doing music. I'll be coming out with a couple dope things. I'm thinking about just kind of releasing some ep, some records here and there, just to kind of release them. Um, like no really set marketing behind it, just you know what I mean, some dope tunes. But I want to see how y'all would react to something like that, you know. But yeah, man. Nonetheless, let's get the homie DJ Sluggo. Mhm. Um, for those that are not familiar with the ghetto house scene, definitely get into, man. It's a dope vibe, you know what I mean? Like legitimately, the whole airy mix that DJ Sluggo got is just let it rock. You know what I mean? Be some definitely some fire shit, man, and big moves, man. Like I gotta get familiar, man. It's definitely a whole lot of talent, dope talent, a lot of big moves, big accomplishments. All right. Hey, DJ Sluggo in the
That's
house.
good, bro.
What's
Hold
happening,
on.
man?
Hold on. It's too bright in here.
How you feeling tonight, man?
What's the word?
Ain't nothing, man. Here, just we on episode 61, man. I wanna, tell you definitely a huge thank you for accepting the invitation. And and we were actually just I was mentioning a couple of things about yourself, and but for those that are not familiar, I'd like to give you the stage and introduce yourself, let the people know who you are and what you do.
Oh man, it's simple. DJ Sluggo, Chicago, ghetto house music, pioneer, Chicago
Yeah,
native, born and raised. It's low end's finest. You know.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Whenever you hear Chicago, it's like DJ Sluggo's right there
Mm.
beside.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
dope, man. And I wanted to ask you, right? What was the first house record that you got to spin that you remember that kind of drew you into the sound?
I really got to spend all of the old school ones because my cousin was already DJing and spinning a lot of the old school records
Yeah,
when he taught me. So it's
yeah.
really all of them is really like a first. But he used to always every day I come to practice, he would pick two different records and say, okay, you need to hold these two right here. Uh, I'll come back when you tell me that you got both of them. You can blend both of them all the way through. You know,
Uh,
I would be going through crates, and then I didn't get it. He wouldn't let me pick the records. He would pick them.
yeah,
He would pick them like, you got to blend these two today. And my first was the whole old school house crate. You know what I'm saying? Like every day
yeah,
it was a different set of records.
yeah. Wow, that's pretty dope right
Yeah.
there. That,
What's
and
good,
and that'll
everybody?
that'll definitely put you to build that confidence because you
Uh-huh. Yeah.
you
Yeah. He
start.
def he definitely helped me build my confidence as a DJ. Because once I learned how to blend, it was like, oh man, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
good now. But you never learn everything. I'm still to this day after 30 years of DJing, I'm still learning, especially with technology.
Right,
Every day or every time I touch a new piece of equipment, it's like, damn, I didn't know
right.
this did that. I didn't know this did it. I'm always finding new sounds, things of that nature. Always finding out that if you
Yeah,
do this with this becomes that. If you do this with this becomes that. And then on the business side of music, it's a learning curve every day. You know what I'm saying? So
for
You know,
sure.
you never stop learning.
And at what point did you realize that ghetto house music was like becoming like huge?
Um, I walked in the, I think it was gramophone, and they were talking to me about. They were asking me like, "Hey, did you hear that Daft Punk gave y'all a shout out?" And I was like, "Who's Daft Punk?" You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
they played the record for me, then explained to me who they were, and then I listened to the record and was like, "Oh wow, okay, that's big." And then once I saw that people overseas who were super big overseas was noticing us, that's when I knew like, yeah, it's something to this. You know what I'm saying? So, when we did it for the hood. We weren't looking for no, we weren't thinking about no Japan or no UK, London, none of that. We did that shit strictly for the hood, and it just went from
yeah,
the hood to international. So we was just fortunate to do some music for all of the homies and all of the homegirls in the area, and then to take off and go, around the world.
nice, nice. And who were some of your inspirations?
Um, Outside of my cousin and his DJing crew, I would always listen to like BMX, so Farley, um, Julian Perez, Bad Boy Bill. Um, that's basically the Hot Mix Five. You know what I'm saying? So those people like that, Ron Hardy, um, uh, Jamie Principle, all of those records, especially on the production side, I would listen to those records and be like, man, this shit's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like the production was crazy. And because I used to look at the production, like, how is they doing this type of production? And the machines that exist now didn't exist then. So they was
Mm,
like they were geniuses. They were coming up with stuff. Mike Dunn. They was coming up. Then Mike Dunn, me and him and my cousin was best friends. My cousin who taught me, they best friends. So I'm
yeah,
I'm I'm looking at it like, man, Mike, how did you make that? Mike showed me my first MPC when I saw the MPC 60 when they first brought it out. And I was like, you making beats on that? And he's like, yeah, I'm making beats on this. And I was like, oh, okay, this is crazy. So yeah.
so
So people like that, Mike Dunn, them, those were the people who I looked up to, and then to be able to share the stage, Steve Hurley, to be able to share the stage with a lot of these guys after all
yeah.
these years is like it's crazy to be able to share the stage with your idols.
No, definitely some of the places that you've had the chance to play at, right? Like, to mention just a couple countries, you know what I mean? Just so that the people can see. And
Off top of my head, Moscow,
mm,
Belgium, Italy, Amsterdam, um, New Mexico. Um, just trying to
what?
think.
Hold on, did you say New Mexico or Mexico?
Yeah, New Mexico. I've been to Mexico too,
Yeah.
but I've been to Mexico to vacation, but I DJ'd in New Mexico.
Oh,
Um,
okay, okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. So yeah,
Albuquerque?
I haven't been there yet. That's on my. If
No.
you look
Okay.
at I put a list up maybe a month ago of my bucket list of places I
Yeah.
want to play, and that's on there. Albuquerque is on there.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
it's
okay.
quite a few places I haven't played yet. That I'm almost positive I'm gonna play this year. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna knock a lot of that bucket list out this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
I mean, tell us a little bit about the response from people outside of the states. Like what's the appreciation like? You know what I mean? Because I've had the experience. I mean, not Italy, Amsterdam, Belgium, none of those places, right? But I mean, to walk us through a little bit of what's the appreciation like?
Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, and it's gonna sound crazy. The
Yeah.
appreciation overseas is better than in the States because they appreciate, like, they don't care about your race, creed, or color. They appreciate the music. And
Right.
then you just happen to be the person that's attached to the songs or whatever it is that they like. But to be able to play songs that you made either in your bedroom or in your corner of your house or in the basement of your crib or things of that nature, and then to go other places and watch people frantically dance to it
Vibe
and
to
then
it. Yeah,
chanting the records, and you like,
yeah,
damn, it took me 15 minutes to put that record together, and they know the chant, they know the beat, they know when the drops coming, all that. So
yeah,
the experience is crazy, man. It's like to be able to go to a foreign country where a person has no clue who you are other than through the music. And then for people to walk up to you and be like, man, I love you. I love your music. I love what you're doing for the sound. Keep doing what you're doing. The encouragement is crazy. I get a lot of that like in different cities in the States. But, it's different overseas because in the States, they kind of really know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You've been
right.
around for so long, they kind of know you. But to go overseas and people have no clue who you are. You know what I'm saying? Other
Right.
than through the music. You know what I'm saying? And then when they finally see you, it's like, oh man, and you see them. So
Yeah,
especially to go and you in there. Like when we were in Amsterdam, it was so many people at this festival. I was like, this is nuts. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
we were in Poland. I did one in Poland that was nuts. Like they were all
mm.
outside. It was just crazy. So to it's just one of those things where I'm glad I kept practicing and taking my skill set and taking my skill level to be able to take me places. I know for a fact if it wasn't for music, I never would. I'd never traveled to any of these places or met any of these people. So it's just
yeah.
it's a blessing.
Is there any other type of music that you've tapped into aside from ghetto house?
Yeah, yeah. See, Ghetto House ain't only been around 30 years. So you got to think when I was DJing back then, Ghetto House wasn't in existence. So I had to spin rap. And when we did parties, me, Dion, Milton, Monty, and people like that, when we were DJing the parties on the low end,
Yeah,
we would have to play everything, slow jams, hip hop, R&B,
yeah,
steppers. You know what I mean? So we were all. That's the difference in us and the DJs of now. Back then, one DJ had to hold the whole part. The whole 5 hours is yours. If the
right.
party is from 10 to 2 or 3 in the morning and you the DJ. That's it. Like ain't no
For the
he
whole
come
night.
in do an
Yeah,
hour, he come in do nah, that shit didn't exist back then. So you had to be a DJ back then. Like you had to be versatile. You had to be able to play all genres of music.
right.
Now I'm including myself, we're spoiled now. Come in, my set is only an hour and a half, you know what I'm saying? Like versus
Yeah,
5 hours. And to be able to be one DJ and hold a crowd for 5 hours and keep everybody interested for 5 hours, that's a task. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, yeah.
all of the older DJs, they built for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to play an hour and a half and you used to playing 5 hours, an hour and a half is that's cake.
Has
You
it
know what I'm saying?
has there ever been a moment right now that you mentioned like like half hour sets, right? So like the DJ that's playing like right before you, right? Has there ever been a moment where like you kind of got stuck, like maybe unsure of what to play to kind of keep the energy going?
You know why I never get stuck? I never get
Wow.
stuck. First thing, one thing I always do is I come an hour before it's my time to play, and I don't leave until an hour afterwards. So even after I play, out of
Yeah.
respect for the next DJ, I stay for that set. So I never get stuck because one thing is I make my own records, and so I got at least 10 or 15 records in my arsenal that
Yeah.
nobody else has but me because I made it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
So
Okay.
if I never
Yeah.
put it out into the world, can't nobody play it but me. So if
Yeah.
somebody plays some records and I'm saying, man, I was gonna play that, it'll make me say, okay, I'm gonna replace that with one of my records. So I'm gonna
Ooh,
start my set. I'm gonna start my set off with one of my records. But I never curate my people get stuck because they be curating their sets like they be already knowing what they gonna play. I learned my
right.
lesson a long time ago not to do that. Like I'm gonna wing it every time I get up there. I'm gonna play what I'm feeling at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and it's hard for. I mean, it's hard for a lot. It's easier for me because I have so many. I got my records, I got funk records, I got Dion records, I got Milton records, I got Waxmaster, Jamager. I got so many people records, and
Right.
I'm looking at all the ghetto house guys and all the juke guys. Imagine all of them guys, and I get a chance to bunch all of them guys up in 1 hour. Like, how
Crazy.
can you miss? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then outside of them, then I got 20 or 30 of my own records that I can sneak in there. Right along with their records, all within an hour's time. So yeah,
Yeah.
so I never curate my set. When I go in the parties, I have no clue what I'm gonna play. It may be one or two records in my head that I'm saying I'm mandatory. Like when I walk in and see the crowd, I'll be like, I gotta play this and I gotta play that. That's why I listen to the DJ before me and I watch the
Right.
energy. I watch the energy and be like, I know exactly what two or three records I'm definitely gonna play. But
Yeah. For
everything
sure.
else is just man, I just play what I'm feeling and play it and hope they feeling it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but yeah, you can't never curate your set because I ran into a problem like that before. Had my records all lined up, what I was gonna play behind, whatever, and then the DJ before me played like three or four of the records that I already had lined up, and I was like, he just messed up my whole set. You know what I mean?
And
So yeah, I don't do that no more.
if let's say for example you had to give a piece of advice to like early DJ Sluggo, what would a piece of advice be? And how would that piece of advice make that much more of a difference? Like let's say for example, today.
Um, it's easy. That's easy. Learn the business of music. Don't be just a DJ. Don't be just a producer. See, back then I was just a DJ, just a producer, and don't let your eagerness to do things or to be in a certain position mess
Yeah.
with your pockets. You understand what I'm saying? Like, understand that this is a business. And if it's
Right.
something that you're going to do as a business, then you got to understand the business of music. So the younger me would have said, hey, learn everything you can about the music business and then get involved. That way you don't have no jacked up contracts. You don't have people trying to own your masters and things of that nature. I was young and didn't know all of that stuff. I mean, I end up being able to learn, and fortunately, I got around some people who protected me and made sure that all the business went straight. But if I had got around people who were snakes and didn't care, somebody probably would own my whole catalog right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I would tell the younger me like, hey, study the business of music, and then do the music. So yeah, that's real
That's
easy.
that's definitely a dope piece of advice right there. And
Hmm.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about footwork, right?
I
Um,
don't know. I don't know. I'll answer the question, but I don't know a lot. I was never really intrigued in the footwork sound. I was more in tune with people like King Charles. He's a shorty
okay.
coming up around me, so I watched Charles dance and people like that dance. I was more here's the difference in now, when we were doing it versus now. When we were DJing and making tracks, the dance groups would make up routines to what we made.
Right.
So they listen to the records, make up routines, and their footwork and all that to what we made. It changed over time where some of the dancers turned into producers, and then the dancers start controlling the sound. Like I want the track to do this right here. Speed it up. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So the
Yeah.
dancers end up start controlling the music, controlling the sound, and that's what made it this. That's why footwork doesn't sound like Ghetto House. It's so fast. It like Ghetto House. We rarely use samples. Everything was us talking on the microphone or us going to find some girls in the neighborhood, get them to come in the studio and say certain things. Footwork
Mm,
is it's a lot of samples in footwork. You know, you hear
yeah,
James Brown, you hear Teddy Pendergrass, you hear, you know, you hear everything, and when you liable to hear anything in one of those footwork records, you know, so it's
yeah.
definitely a big difference. So yeah, footwork, I really can't speak too much on footwork. I know all of the footwork, like uh Thaz. People be forgetting about DJ Thaz, but Thaz is real sufficient in making footwork music, and I never hear people mentioning him. Like he never gets
Mm,
mentioned when it comes to the footwork world. I was reading an article. Somebody sent me an article the other day that was a mix mag, and I was like, "Damn, he's not even in there." So that you know that's why that was another reason I stay away from the footwork world because the history of it is kind of
right.
screwed up. And like there's some people who I know that was. Like pioneers of that sound or help some of the pioneers of that sound and have been eliminated from the history of it. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow. Okay.
yeah,
And then actually,
I stay away from that.
I mean, real quick, the question I was gonna ask, how and where did footwork originate? Like
West
when did it
side,
start?
that's the west side.
Oh yeah,
A lot of people think it started out south, but I give you an example. Do or Die, the rap group Do or Die
yeah.
was actually a footwork group before they were Do or Die, the rap group.
Which you DJ'd for them, right?
Yeah, I was their tour DJ. So
Tour DJ.
AK and B-Lo were footworkers. Like
Oh,
the original footwork came from out west. So the west
oh,
side of
okay.
Chicago, the footworking came from the west side of Chicago.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm
Yeah,
from outside. I know a lot of South Side's gonna be like, "What?" Nah, bro. First time I seen footwork was out west.
yeah.
Yeah, that came from
And
out west.
back in 2015, right? Back in
2015.
2015, yeah, 2015. Spike Lee, he came out with a movie, Chirac,
Mm,
right? That there was like controversy behind,
a lot of
I
it.
guess the title, right? Like the title, and
Mm.
maybe um, talk to us a little bit about that. Like, what's your take on that?
I don't have one. I don't. I
No,
don't mess with that. I stay 100% away from that. I don't have no opinion on that. Uh, when it start getting crazy and people start saying crazy stuff and things of that nature without knowing the facts, I just no. I'll never speak on that again. Yeah. So
yeah,
and it flopped. You know what I mean? So you know it's nothing really to talk about. You know.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And now in August, I recently saw that August uh, from last year, 2025. August is now Footwork Month.
Oh yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
They got a declaration from the city of Chicago, giving footwork its own day, footwork day. So that's a blessing. That's a blessing for them. They worked hard for that. They deserve
yeah,
it too. And footwork is everywhere now, all over the world. Like you got people. I've seen people. Like I went to one of the events, and they had
yeah,
people from all over the world in that footwork in Japan, China, the UK, and I was like, wait a minute, these
really?
people flew in to be a part of what y'all got going on. Like to fly that many miles just to spend a weekend in Chicago is
Yeah,
nuts. Yeah,
yeah,
so yeah, they deserve all of it. Like I'm almost quite sure this year, August of this year is going to be because August of last year was crazy. They had just got the declaration,
mm,
so I know they planning something crazy, something big this year.
it's
So
only gonna
yeah,
get bigger. Yeah,
yeah, you can get ready for that. I know they planning something crazy. Yeah,
yeah.
if I know Charles and I know Kelly, they definitely planning something big. Yeah.
Dope, dope. And how would you say ghetto house music has evolved throughout the years?
But
Like do you,
a lot of people counted us out. You know, a lot of people had looked at it like it had gone. Like I hear people now saying, "Man, ghetto house music is back." It never went anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like,
anywhere?
yeah, I just be looking at people like y'all think I just went somewhere and then came back 3, 4, 5 years later. No, I've been putting out music since '92. and never stopped. If you go look at Spotify, if you go look at Apple Music, I didn't miss a year. I've been putting out
Telling
music since 1992. You know what I'm saying? And that's I didn't start putting it out to then, but I had already had the music. You know, you got to do the music before you put it out. So I was
you.
doing
Right.
music before '92. So it's like I never stopped putting out. I never gave up on. That's why when people think about Ghetto House, my name comes up because I'm super consistent with it. Like I never gave up on it. People gave up on the sound, wasn't making it no
Mm.
more, didn't think it was gonna work, you know. And I now it's getting this notoriety, and it's really getting this notoriety because a lot of people were stealing from it, and then a lot of that's starting to get exposed now. Like, wait a minute, that
Yeah.
original record that you sent, that's on Dance Mania. I mean, I heard that record on Dance Mania. Like you said, you made that. You know what I'm saying? So it's starting. A lot of the producers from back then, who people think are like these super producers, and they hearing these sounds. Nah, bro. The yeah, the exposure's coming out. You did not make that. You did not make this, and things of that nature. But people are saying it's coming back. But I just want people to know it never went nowhere. It's just getting its impact back, because people started going back to the original sound. And the only part that's bad for me, uh, my brothers Dion and my brother Funk ain't around
Yeah.
to see it climbing back to where we had it in the '90s. They not here to see it. So that's the
Mm.
only issue I have with it. But I'm glad that Ghetto House is starting to see. Like I even heard people say, "Why y'all call it Ghetto House?" That's what it is. We named it. A lot of people hear the word ghetto and get scared. But the great thing about ghetto is when you say
Yeah.
ghetto, you can't be from the suburbs talking ghetto. So that's why I never let them take the word ghetto house away from it. It's ghetto house. And if you ain't from the ghetto, you ain't making ghetto house. So that's
Right.
why they keep trying to run away from the word. Don't run away from the word, because if you run away from the word, then you can't steal, you want to steal the sound. Can't steal the sound if you living in the suburbs of Texas or the suburbs of some other city, and then talking about you ghetto. That don't make logical sense.
That's
You know
true.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
And,
so
and
that's
what's your take on the music industry today? That there's like so many elements of, like, for example, like the whole streaming, the way that record deals are being
uh
set up now, DJs headlining, like doing like stadiums, you know uh, some DJs are like way even bigger than uh rappers,
it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because if people really go back to the hip hop days, the DJ has always been the
mm,
man. You
yeah,
got Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Eric B and Rakim. You know what I'm saying? DJ Quick. People of that. It was always the DJ. It was the DJ,
right,
then the MC. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
the DJ was always the one controlling the party. It was always the DJ. It's
right,
just that the DJ never got they notoriety because people would listen to the rappers and pay attention to the rappers, and then a lot of these rappers start not even having DJs. They just rapping, doing their thing. But you can't. Dr. Dre was a DJ. You know what I'm saying? So and then you gotta look at it. If you really look at it, all of the DJs that were DJs from back then, every
mm,
last one of them survived. Quick is still who he is. Dre is still who
yeah,
he is. Eric B is still who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go to
yeah,
Red Alert, all of those guys, the DJ gonna always survive because we were the people who were rocking the parties and we understand music. And if
right,
you get down back to the root of it, the root of everything of all that and the connection, people say the music business, but the root of music business is music. You can't have music business without music. And once you one of those people that understand the music and understand the music business, you can't miss. And the DJs was that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be no record exec sitting on the 15th floor thinking
mm.
you the super A&R and you ain't coming outside. It ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So,
True.
that and that's how music got messed up. A lot of the A&Rs was just in they listening to what they think works. And you saying
Yeah,
how you ain't out on the blocks. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
right,
even riding the bus or the train every now and again to see what people listening to. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So It's coming back though. It's like real music is coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
real music
And
with all the
well,
production.
here here on El Imperio TV, where hip hop has no borders, I like to shed light on dope talent. Not only hip hop, all types of talent. From MCs, singers, food businesses, DJs, uh, uh, people like yourself that have the knowledge, have been in the game, and people might not know too much about you or might not know of you, but it's like if you're in the music business, these are some of the people that you must know, and it's like if people were to listen a little bit to you know your interviews, for example, there's always gems in every interview that you've done, and
Appreciate it.
I've noticed, and you're definitely one of those that, years in the game, and want to take this time to definitely give you your flowers, more than
Appreciate
anything,
you.
respect, and
Respect.
definitely people, for those that not familiar with DJ Sluggo, definitely do your homework, me myself, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Now I'm out here in Illinois, and it's like I'm learning a lot about the culture out here, and it's definitely dope to see, and definitely dope to be able to connect, and learn from people like yourself, So definitely respect, and
Thank I appreciate it. I'm trying to talk to you and read the stuff they saying as well.
yeah,
It said, what are your favorite production tools that you didn't have back in the days? A control. I didn't have a controller back in the days. I had turntables, so I would say a controller to that. And then he say, teach a beat club, high school. Your name came up this week. What advice can you give to kids that are just starting to make produce? Oh, it's like I said earlier, learn the business of music first. And then always own your own equipment. Like don't have to borrow no equipment from nobody or any things like that. Save your money
yeah,
and get your own save your money, get your own equipment. That way you could be at home practicing on a regular. That's what I would say to that.
100%. Hell yeah, I agree with that too. Um, today's DJ Sluggo's playlist, right? Who do you listen to on the regular these days?
It depends on actually what I'm doing. Like when I work out, when I'm on the treadmill, I listen to
Yeah.
gospel. I listen to gospel when I'm on the treadmill. Um,
Okay.
when I'm in the car, I got a playlist on my Spotify called Road Music, and it's mostly old school, aren't like Jodeci, people like that. Old school R&B. I like music with a lot of instrumentation in it. You know what I'm saying? Back in them days, they were doing bands and instruments and things of that nature. So
Yeah.
I kind of listen to stuff like that. Blues. I love blues. Uh,
Nice.
Jazz. Like when like if I get a headache or something like that,
Yeah.
I'll try to meditate, put some jazz on. Jazz always does it for me. And then I like at night when like if I can't sleep or something like that, I listen to meditation music. Yeah,
Mm.
so I'm all over the place, but those are my favorites.
Universal for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Well
yeah.
rounded with
You in order to be a great producer, you can't just listen to one sound, one genre. If you do that,
right.
you're gonna be in trouble. You know what I mean? So you gotta listen to other music, listen to other instruments. Like I'll listen to other music like jazz or even pop. I listen to pop sometime and I hear certain sounds and I'll be like, damn, where I wonder where he got that snare from or where he got that kick from. Or I'll
Yeah.
hear it and then when I get ready to make my next record, I'll try to mimic that kick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't expect a pop kick or jazz kick to be in a ghetto house record, so I try to mimic
Yeah.
that sound and then incorporate it into what I'm doing. So you gotta listen to every sound.
And I saw an interview where you mentioned that you were part of Violator, right? The management,
Yeah,
the man.
yeah. No, I was invited. So Chris Lighty and Mona Scott were dealing with Terry Hunter and Scrap Dirty, and they had gave them Violator Chicago. They had Chicago on the Violator side, and at this time, well, we still are, but Scrap's one of my buddies, and Scrap's
Yeah.
the DJ. So Scrap was like, we're gonna build a DJ crew for Violator, and but they was building the DJ crews in the cities for the artists and to push their artists in each city. They was getting DJ crews in each city to push their artists in that city. So when
Okay.
Scrap approached me about it at that particular time, um, we were all in different crews. So when they brought it to me, I was like, well, let me check with a lot of the other guys and see if everybody want to get down with this violator thing. They explained it to me, and of course,
Mm.
violator management was big. So I'm
Yeah.
telling each one of the DJs, like, man, we gonna have access to the violator management, the violator artists. This is when Buster and
Yeah.
all them was doing their thing. So if we go ahead and all get down with this, all become
Yeah.
violent. But what I explained to them is we not hip hop. All my people not hip hop DJs, and the majority of the DJs I know do dance music. So we
Yeah.
gotta come up with a different name for us, and we'll be that crew. And we came up with Violated Juke Squad DJs. Actually, my guy, DJ Apollo. Me and Apollo was together at the time, hanging out together. And me and him came up with the name Violated Juke Squad. He was like, man, we all do juke. Let's just be the Juke Squad and be Violated Juke Squad. And we both were like, yeah, that should work. We brought it back to Scrap. And he was like, all right. And then I think it took us not even 6 months, and we 300 DJs strong. Like everybody, when they heard Violator, everybody jumped down on it. You know what I'm saying? And then
That's crazy.
some chaos happened, with the Violator situation, and we wanted certain things to go a certain way. It didn't go the way that we wanted to go. And at this particular time, I had a cousin named Bang who was doing Block Club Music Group. And he had an artist named Check Famous. And he was like, man, the same thing y'all doing for Violators, y'all could just come over here and do it for my artists.
Um,
Since y'all finna leave from over there, because we had decided we was finna leave, but we didn't know where we was going. We just wanted to leave. And we
yeah.
sat down with him, had the meeting with him. We was like, all right, well, we just gonna be Block Club DJs then. Since y'all Block Club Music Group, we gonna be Block Club DJs. And every artist that come through Block Club Music Group, the Block Club DJs is gonna push them. And some of the guys stayed at Violator. Like they asked for the blessing, and I talked to Terry, and I was like, Terry, anybody that don't want to come with me when I leave, do you mind keeping them? You know, I didn't want to hold nobody back. Anybody that wanted to still be
Right.
Violator, I was cool with it. Y'all can stay over there. I'm not tripping with it. Y'all go ahead. I ain't got no beef with y'all. But that's how all of the Violator guys flipped Block Club. So we all ended up being Block Club. And then that even came to a crazy, it ended up being Block Club and then Block Biz. Like it's just crazy, So it's
The
crazy stories. But
the evolution to it,
mhm.
you know.
Man,
And
I'm a fan of anybody that pushes and people keep saying juke music. It's not juke is not a music. And like people I know a lot of people gonna be shocked at that. Juke is a concept. Like, back in the days people would be like, man, what's up with the party? We're like, man, that motherfucker juking. You know what I'm saying? And then
okay.
Puncho, uh DJ Puncho phrase coined the phrase juke. So me and Dion then would be on the records like, bang it, let's go. And then they didn't want to do that. So Puncho came up with the word juke. And he started saying that on all of his records. You know
Oh,
what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay, okay.
And then people start saying that's juke music. And of course we ain't finna argue about it. If that's what you want to call it, we cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Our music been called everything. Booty music, ass shaking music, ghetto house, ghetto tech. They've been calling it everything. I always look at it like, as long as they listen to it, they can call it what the fuck they want to call it, just download it. You know what I'm saying? So, but But
Yeah.
juke is not. There's no such thing as juke music. Like juke and ghetto house is exactly the same sound. You know,
Yeah.
people was just juking to ghetto house. That's all. So it's really ghetto house footwork. Like
Ghetto
footwork
house
has its
food.
own music.
Yeah.
If you listen to juke music, it's ghetto house. If you listen close, it's ghetto house. It went from 135, 140 to 145, 150. All it did was
Mhm.
sped up. The sound didn't change at all. It just
Yeah.
was sped up a little bit. But footwork, it went to 160 and the sound changed. You know what I'm saying? So footwork has its own music. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, but he
And
asked, "Am I a fan of it?" I'm a fan of anybody that pushes the sound because when you push the sound, even if you push footwork, it's gonna make people go start digging back into the past. And when you digging back to the past, then of course myself, Funk, Wax Master, Jam and Gerald, Milton, all you're gonna have to come up with the guys who came up with the sound and the original sound. So you can't do footwork without doing ghetto house, and you can't say juke music without saying ghetto house. You know. So yeah, I'm all
definitely.
for it. If they want to rap on it, tap dance to it, whatever, just keep pushing the
Yeah.
sound. Yeah, I'm definitely a
Uh,
fan, baby.
Definitely, I want to send a quick shout out to the homie Smokey the Bandit that
Oh,
I
that's
saw
my
that you
man.
guys
That's my dog. That's my dog. He's one.
collaborated, right?
He actually Smokey is one of the ones. Smokey and it's a girl I got named Lana J. They like at first I was really not fucking with. I like they kept trying to get me to make beats for them to rap
Yeah.
over on the juke side, and I was like, nah, man, I'm not fucking with that shit. Like I'm cool with what I'm making, and
Yeah.
Lana was like, well, just make some beats for me and let me do my thing, and I'm like, okay, I do it. So when I did it for Lana. Smokey looking like, how you gonna do the shit for her and not do it for me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And me and Smokey go way back, and I'm looking like, man, come on, man. I ain't trying to get into this shit, man. Like, but once I start doing it and start seeing what
Yeah.
they was able to do with the sound, it was like, oh no, fuck it. It's open season. We finna do a beat for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I got it. I
Yeah.
got Keisha. I got Keisha. Like I got a girl named Keisha Cash, and then I got another girl. I got two girls. This young lady named Jay Ively, and then this girl Keisha Cash, like they dogs with it. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Keisha did one, so we working on these other two. But Keisha is a problem. Jay Ively is a
Um,
problem. You know what I'm saying? So then my guy,
yeah.
oh, I don't know if you know Oh
Yeah.
man,
That's the homie.
man, me and him got one that we ain't even dropped yet. Like I don't know what he waiting on, but
Oh
we did
yeah.
one. Oh yeah, I did a remix for him on one of his records, and he been sitting
Yeah.
on it. He been sitting on
Shake
it
it,
for like
right?
he been sitting on it for like six. I think he letting the other one marinate. The one that we did, he letting that marinate, and I think he gonna
Yeah.
drop the other one. I know for a fact he gonna drop the other one this year. But yeah, we've been. Then I got I don't know if you seen the ones with MC Zulu. Like he's a whole nother
Yeah.
he is his is like almost like Afro beats meets ghetto house.
Okay. Okay.
Oh
Okay.
man, it's
What's his
crazy.
name again?
His name
What's his
is
name?
MC Zulu.
MC
He
Zulu.
be rapping through a megaphone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm definitely check him out.
yeah.
I'm definitely check him
He's on the
out.
elevator music. He's super dope brother. Super
Yeah,
dope brother.
I wanted to ask you too about elevator music. You know, how did
Oh, yeah.
that concept come about? That
It's elevator music was a blessing after I had made up my mind not to do boiler room. So I was supposed to play the day that I played elevator music. I was
yeah,
supposed to play boiler room, but then I found out all of the stuff that was going on with boiler room. I wasn't real comfortable with it. I don't like
mm,
controversy. I don't get involved in politics. None of that. So when I saw it was like
yeah,
something political, something crazy, something I wasn't comfortable with, I stepped away. Like, hey, I'm not gonna do that. And then
yeah,
I got a phone call, like, hey, we heard that you're not playing Boiler Room, so would you mind playing elevator music? And I was like, I don't even know what that is. And then
yeah,
they sent me a video, and I was like, oh shit, that's dope. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I do that. I said, wait, so they DJing on the elevator? I was like, shit, if nothing else, I at least want to see that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I
yeah,
got down there and saw the production of it and everything, man, shouts out to them brothers at the elevator. That shit's crazy, bro. Like if people can see the back scenes and all this, like how they really put it together, That
Yeah.
shit is that shit is genius. That shit
Yeah.
is genius. Yeah, oh, I can't wait to get back on that. That shit is genius. Between them and then there's a spot in why Lot Music. You ever see
Okay.
Lot Radio? Lot Radio in New York?
Nah, nah.
Oh man, they got a spot called Lot Radio in New York where it's inside of a shipping container.
Really?
The radio station is inside a shipping container. Super
That's dope.
fucking dope. Yeah, that shit's crazy. It's crazy. When I was in New Mexico, they got something similar to it to Lot Radio. That shit, the sound, oh man, the sound. And they got an overhead. They angles that they shoot you at.
Yeah.
Ah man, that shit is crazy. I was in there like.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
dope.
they in New Mexico, so they not getting a lot of notoriety like lot radio or like elevator music. But I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I told dude, I was like, if you was in the States, bro, this shit would be gone because his angles, the sound, everything, the sound is crispy. Like it sounds like Adobe 5.0. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
the visual is strictly 4K, bro. 4K. And when I say it
Nice.
looked good, it looked good. And I was like, when I got there, they was like, hey, you here already. You ain't really got nothing to do today. The party ain't till tomorrow. We got a little something we want to ask you. Like, would you come and play at this little spot where we shoot you live? And I was like, well,
Mm.
shit. I'm like, fuck it, I'm here. So yeah, fuck it, let's do
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So and they
That's
was like, you gonna do
fire.
it? They was tripping like, you gonna do it for real? I'm like, yeah, I'll do that shit. Come on, let's do it. Yeah. And I'm glad I
Dope.
did it because I enjoyed myself. I had a lot of that lot radio and elevator music were some of my high points. Like I did to be able because when you hear the clarity of the sound and it's coming in the room, it puts you in a different vibe because that shit is cranking and it's sounding good and you ain't got to worry
I
about no
believe, yeah.
crowds or nothing like that. And
Yeah.
I love it. Like them having the people dancing behind me. Like if you notice in the elevator, I rarely turn around. I didn't want to turn around because I knew it was going to distract me because it was all type of shit going on behind me. And
Yeah.
I was like, because in front of you, there's a crowd in front of you. It's a big whole party going on in front of you
Okay.
in the front of the elevator. So when I'm
Yeah.
hearing them going, woo, I'm looking like it's some crazy shit going on behind me. And and I'm not fit to turn around
Yeah.
because I'm not fit to turn around. That shit gonna distract me. You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't.
But yeah.
I didn't even realize that you
Yeah.
just mentioned that there's a crowd in front of
Yeah,
you.
there's
So
a
it's
crowd
like,
on the opposite side of the elevator. Both of the doors are open. Those two doors stay open. It's a
yeah,
double side. You know how the double sided elevators are? That
yeah,
the one I'm facing, even
yeah,
if you watch closely, you'll see me talking to some of the guys who running the thing. Like you'll see me talking to them, telling like when I'm getting
yeah,
ready to tell them to bring Smokey and all them in, I'm
yeah.
telling them who to bring in next. Who to let in the
Okay, okay,
elevator
okay.
next. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah,
it's a whole like TV production. That shit is nice,
that's
bro.
fire.
Yeah, that shit is
That's
nice.
fire.
That shit is
And
nice.
where can the people catch you on your social medias? Your website. I know you got a site, couple
They can just
sites.
if you go to djsluggomusic.com, you can get everything. Just djsluggomusic.com. One G in Sluggo. djsluggomusic.com. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I got a
definitely
new
for sure.
album. I got a new album up there that drops in April. I'm doing vinyl now. I do the digital, but I'm really focused on vinyl right now. So
Vinyl's coming back. It's making a big
it never
comeback.
left. It never left. It just left here. If you travel overseas, you'll see what I'm talking about. Vinyl,
Yeah, yeah,
vinyl never went nowhere. It just left here. People here had stopped using it, but they never stopped using
mm,
it overseas.
that's
Never. I
fine.
I was overseas. I was overseas and saw some of my 20-year-old records in pristine condition.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice,
So
nice.
yeah, yeah.
What's like a business move that you haven't tackled that you haven't plans to tackle this year right now, 2026?
Real estate.
Real estate, big one,
Yeah.
big one.
I want to own a few properties and move my extended family and my family members who are in other cities and things like that to everybody come back home. We all live in these buildings. That's why I got my family close to me. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
get a 16 apartment building and everybody in the building is family,
that's
cousins,
nice.
things that I want to own something like that. Where a
I know.
building where it's strictly a family building. If you ain't got our bloodline, you ain't got no business in this building. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So
right.
that's my next move.
And while on tour, right? Like you mentioned, Italy, Belgium, Amsterdam, amongst other places, Moscow, right? But what's DJ Sluggo eating like while on tour? Like is there like
Oh,
a set food?
I don't take no chances. Belgium? In Belgium, I kind of overate waffles. I like waffles,
Yeah.
and I kind of overdid it, and was like,
Dang.
okay, I can't do this no more. So the only thing I would eat in any city or any country is chicken or cheeseburger. And I always say, can nobody fuck up chicken and can nobody fuck up a cheeseburger? So if it ain't something I'm looking at and I'm saying that's a decent dish, I can try that. But
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people that do no experiment, especially with seafood. I don't experiment with no seafood under no circumstance. But
Yeah.
it's a cheeseburger, a cheeseburger or some good chicken for me, and I'm good because I don't want to come back sick. And then some of them countries, they food is cleaner than ours.
Right,
So
right.
you eating
A
clean
lot.
food for 4 or 5 days, and then you come back over here and eat some trash, and then you just all messed up outside of having jet lag. So no,
Yeah.
I don't take no chances. Give me a good old cheeseburger and French fries. That works in any country, any city. Yeah,
True. I hear
yeah.
that for sure. For sure. Well, is there anything, any new projects that we can expect, or any rappers rapping on a ghetto house beat produced by DJ
I
Sluggo?
just did another record with Zulu called She Bad that comes out in February, mid February, and then I have a vinyl album called Gourmet Ratchet 2 that comes out in April 18th. It drops April 18th, and then I think the end of the month of February, I think it'll be done by then. I'm doing a coloring book. Well, ain't no
Mm,
doing. I've done the coloring book. I'm waiting for it to come from the press shop. So I got a DJ Sluggo coloring book.
that's gonna be dope.
Yeah, when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh shit. Like I was when they finished it, when they finished it, I almost was shed a tear, like, oh damn, like damn. And then the guy who did all the illustration, he was like, man, let me see your hand. He shook my hand and was like, you are now officially an author. I said, oh, damn,
Mm,
that's crazy. He was like, you have a book.
dope,
And I was like,
dope.
damn,
Congratulations.
that's crazy. He was like, now put that up under your credentials. You're an author now. And
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, all right. Yeah, I was like, that's right. But the book is crazy. I can show you.
that's
Let me see.
fire.
Can I flip this? I don't want to mess it up. Hold on, let me see. That's the cover.
You see that?
Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see a little bit, maybe like half of it. That's dope.
Yeah, that when it drops, that's gonna be
Longevity.
crazy. Longevity. Yep,
Yeah,
that's the
I'm at
vinyl
the
album. That's the vinyl album that's dropping in April.
I'm at the call me
Oh yeah,
a
it's
coloring book.
on my website right now. You can pre-order
I'm
it.
I'm gonna throw it
Get,
on a frame. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Throw that up in the
get
studio.
your pre-order, and then when you bump into me, let me sign it for you. Yeah,
Oh, fire!
yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
hella dope.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, do you enjoy Mexican food?
Tacos. That's it.
Tacos?
I don't take.
What
I'm telling you, with food, I don't take no chances, bro.
what
No
what
chance.
kind of tacos? What's your go-to tacos?
Um, if it's not chicken, then steak.
Okay.
Yeah, steak or chicken, I'm cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't want no like. I don't like cilantro. Cilantro for some reason makes my nose tingle. I don't know what it
Really?
is with cilantro. It
Okay.
makes my like if I eat it or smell it, it start tingling.
Yeah.
But other than that, and then I'm simple with tacos: cheese, meat, lettuce, light tomatoes, and meat. And I don't want nothing else. Like even when I do the hard shell taco, I take a soft shell, but I prefer hard shells. And then I put strip of barbecue sauce. People be like, "What the fuck is you doing?" I'm
Yeah.
like, it gives it a different flavor. People be looking at me like, "Bro, that shit's so weird. Like, that's weird that you just put barbecue sauce on a taco, bro." Like, I've had a lot of people, like some of my Mexican buddies, be looking at me, man, what the fuck? You just defaced the fucking taco, bro. I'm like,
Yeah, that's
you eat
funny.
yours your way, I eat mine my way. But
Yeah,
and yeah, people even like I have, if I know we finna go eat tacos, I have like a couple of packs of barbecue sauce packets in my pocket.
oh yeah,
Yeah, people be
that's
looking like,
funny.
man, that shit crazy. Yeah, but it tastes it because I always look at it like barbecue sauce make everything taste better. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not gonna lie,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. If it don't taste good, it's like just wipe some barbecue sauce in that motherfucker. Eat it, you gonna be good.
You
You know?
straight, yeah, yeah. Now we're
Yeah.
definitely, once we're not surrounded by snow and you know what I mean, the sun is out and nice weather, hopefully we can connect, you know what I
Oh
mean, and
yeah. Oh
definitely,
yeah. Most definitely.
if maybe I'll scoop you up or bring you out
Yeah,
here to run
yeah,
for you know what I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
and then I'll
We
take you to the
grab a quick lunch. You take me to your favorite taco spot.
yeah I'll take you to the homies GTO. They got the food truck, is
Okay.
bomb anything on that menu for sure. Do you like
Mhm.
tamales?
Tamales, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I fuck.
Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
we
Oh yeah.
do.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I eat those.
Yeah, a
Hell
little bit
yeah.
of everything.
Yeah, and
The
it
whole
depends
menu
on who
is
make
fire.
them though, because I've ate some, been like, come on, man, this ain't no good tamale. But I've ate some, been like, especially the food truck. People be sleep on the food trucks.
Big time.
Them food trucks
Big time.
they be messing up the restaurants. I be like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
We just go right here to the food truck. They food fire. I always, if I eat your food and your food is righteous, uh, I really ain't. I'm loyal. Like if I
Yeah.
come in that area, I'm not going
Yeah.
to no other restaurant or nothing like that. I'm coming right to that food truck, and you gonna see me like, you back? I'm like, yeah, bro. I was over here, and let me get that. Let me get this and let me get that. You know what I'm saying? And then and I'm one of those people. I'm gonna eat the same thing all the time. Like you might be like, hey,
GTO.
yeah, you might be try this. Nah, bro. You gave me this the last time. It was good and I'm almost positive it's gonna be good this time. And I'm hungry. When I'm hungry, I don't want to be. I don't want to do no. Try this and try that and try this. No,
Yeah.
give me what you gave me last time, and then I'll try something later on sometime when I'm not too hungry. But I'm hungry right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I want to eat good. I want it to taste good. You know. So give me what you
I'm gonna
gave me
take
last
you.
time.
I'm gonna take you to the GTO food truck,
Okay.
and that's Mexican food, right? And then
Mm.
I'm gonna take you to Sizzle and Susie's.
Okay.
Bomb burgers. Any burger on that menu is so fire. And
Yeah.
man,
You know who got good. New York got some good burgers.
we do.
Yeah,
We do. You know what I mean?
man. I can't even think of the name of the break. They took me somewhere like in the hood of Brooklyn. I can't even remember the name of they kept saying, "Look, we got to go in and got to get out." But this burger is literally to die for. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let's
What
go
part
over
of
there.
Brooklyn? Do you remember?
Now I don't know exactly where it was because it's just like down the street. They took me to another spot that do the Philly steaks.
Okay.
Ooh, I was like, yeah, y'all okay, okay. Yeah, I
You
just
you
wasn't I wasn't in love with the pizza.
really?
Oh no, they bragged about that pizza like it was the best on earth, and I was like, nah, bro,
I've heard a
nah.
lot about Chicago style
Hey,
pizza.
listen,
I've never had it though.
I think once you eat Chicago pizza, nobody can match that. I haven't.
Really?
You got to think. I've been to Italy. I haven't
Oh,
seen a
true.
place. I haven't seen a place yet outside of Chicago that can fuck with us on the pizza side. We got it on the pizza.
Oh man.
Oh, we got it on the pizza. Like I've ate pizza. Pizza is another food that I'll be like, oh, they can't fuck that up. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying? But
we're gonna have to do 2 episodes, bro.
yeah,
I go to Chicago for the pizza,
bet.
and then you come back this way for the
Yeah,
tacos and the
yeah.
burgers.
You ever been to Italian Fiesta here?
Nah.
Oh,
Nah,
Oh
I've
yeah.
only been here. I've been here. I just made 2 years. I want to say
Oh
two
yeah,
years in
you
the
ain't.
game.
Oh yeah, you ain't did no dining yet. You know you
Nothing,
get. Yeah,
nothing.
we
The most I did, I made it to. I performed in a cappella over at La Villita Park.
okay. So you ain't had no
Uh,
heralds. Oh,
Nothing,
you been here 2 years and ain't
nothing,
had no heralds, chicken.
nothing. I've only
Man,
been to
everybody,
Chicago once, Sluggo.
anybody that's your friend, man, you cut them loose, man. They ain't took you over
I
there to the heralds, man.
yeah, I gotta tell you some
Them ain't no
stories,
good
man.
friends.
Like I
Them
only
ain't
went
no.
to Chicago once, bro. Once to perform the
Whoa.
acapella over at La Villita Park.
Oh no, I gotta take you out first. Then I gotta take you and let you see. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. I mean, who better than DJ Sluggo? We
Man,
gonna catch some
I
bread.
gotta take you to my man's on 87. I got 87th Street got the best heralds. Yeah, we gotta get you
Yeah,
a 6 piece
okay.
fried, salt, pepper, and mild sauce. We gotta hook you up. Let
We
you
gotta
taste that
try
mild.
that
Yeah,
fire.
once you get that mild sauce, you good.
This is dope, man. Well, man, um, it's definitely been a pleasure, man. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure really how much time we might have gone over, but
Oh,
you
it's all
know,
good.
and I want to say it's definitely been a pleasure and an honor, man. I hope we keep in contact,
Yes,
and
sir.
wishing you nothing but the best of success on all projects coming out.
Thank you, bro.
And let's keep rocking, man. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. I'm gonna DM you my number.
No doubt, for
Yes,
sure,
sir.
for sure, for sure. We're gonna connect. It's the Kid
All right.
Strange, El Imperio Records, El Imperio TV. This is DJ Sluggo,
Yes, sir.
Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And we out.
Salute.
Peace.
Peace.